You're watching Creekbox TV.
Good evening, welcome to Creekbox TV. I'm Alan Hanley, along here with my buddy, Don Tison, the new Clinch County football coach, Coach Don Tison. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
We knew this day was gonna happen and knew it was close every year. You know, Jim, I had Jim on last week. You know, he said, you know, every year since I was coach, he was, man, this is my last, you know. And you get, what really does good for football coaches, man, is you get that break after the state championship game, you know, and it lets you catch a second win. But he said 30, he's done. He got out, man, and we knew you were the next man in line. And man, how long you wanted to be the head coach of Clinch County football, man?
How long have I wanted to be?
Yeah.
Since I could remember, you know.
Since coming to the practice with your daddy.
Yeah, since I was a little boy, you know, and it's something that, you know, I've always wanted and always hoped, never wanted to assume, you
That's
know.
right. That's right.
Always hoped I'd get it. And man, I just wanted when that time happened that
That's right.
I would be deserving
That's right.
of it. You know,
Well, you paid your dues. I mean,
that's
you've
right.
come back. How long you been back at Homerville now?
Since 2006.
2006.
Yeah.
You've come back, man, 13 years. You've been offensive coordinator,
All right.
assistant head coach. I mean, and a lot of people don't realize you coached at another high school before coming to Clinch County, I think, didn't you?
I did.
Where was that at?
Well, my senior year at Georgia Southern, I coached at Claxton.
Claxton.
You know, while I was finishing up school.
That's right.
We had to do some type of infield training, so I just went and got a job coaching
Man.
at Claxton. It was like a community coach.
Well, man, you get to see the difference
That's
between
right.
that type of, you know, Clinch County, you know,
Yeah.
football's number one.
That's right. And then after that, I went to Tattnall County because I
County.
still lived in Statesboro. I had got engaged right around that time and got married, and my wife had one more year left at Georgia Southern. And so I got a job around Statesboro right there, and then we were just fortunate enough to be able to come home, you know, that next year.
That's right. And I remember the year they had, I think Trent had stepped down and we had a position open. Jim did, man, and everybody was excited. I mean, you know, look, you got it half one. You're Coach Tyson's son, so man, really, you know,
Yeah.
we're gonna get. I'm gonna ask some stuff on down the line, but man, let's talk about Coach Don Tison's football team. What is your football team gonna look like? You know, every coach has their own football team, man. And I know, you know, from when I was a kid, imagining stuff. I mean, everybody's always a managed man. If I was in charge, this is what I would
right.
do.
Yeah.
I mean, what do we expect to see?
Well, you know, my whole mindset, you know, as a coordinator was to control what I could control, you know, and that was just the offense. You know, so you take a look at our offense and guys that have played under me, you know, they know kind of, you know, what that takes. You know, we're going to work hard. You know, and on the field on Friday night, I want it to look like a machine. You know, I want it to look like a well-oiled machine. I want to be well prepared. I want to play fast, aggressive. You know, I don't want to leave any stones unturned. And man, my thing is it's just hustle.
That's right.
You know, just play hard, hustle, and be prepared.
You know, and that's nothing to take away from Coach Dixon. I've been out there, and man, you're more. Hey, we're gonna make a list. We're gonna stick to the agenda.
You're right.
Coach Dixon, we always had an agenda on Sunday afternoon, but come Monday when the whistle, you know, I mean, and that's just the way. And
That's
the
right.
kids love that too. But
Yeah,
there's
that's
got
right.
to be an you know, we're gonna do this, and that's how we get better. And I know that's when I was out there a little bit, being around y'all. I mean, you've always been the paperwork. You know,
That's right.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. And
Well, I think you just can get a little more done that way.
That's right.
You know, there's a balance right there. You don't want it to be like a military, you know, type thing. Nothing wrong with the military.
no, that's right. You got to
know what
make
I'm
it
saying?
enjoyable, or the kids are not going to play.
It's got to be organized and disciplined, and the kids have to enjoy it and have a good time. You know, and I think we've done a good job of that, finding a balance right there. I think kids enjoy playing, you know, and we get what we need to get done. But now I'll just take that mindset that I've had on offense, where I've got to cover certain things, and we have an order to do things, and we'll just distribute it out throughout the entire program.
Now you're going to keep. Now I don't even know how y'all do the schedule now. It used to be you'd do offense maybe on Monday or split day. I mean, with all that, are you going to change any of that around, or are you just going to wait and see how it goes, Coach?
Well, I've got ideas that I have seen in the past. Things that we could do to help our program in the long term.
That's right.
I'm talking about the middle school. We've always kind of separated, and some years we've had coaches, some years we hadn't,
That's
and we've
right.
had to kind of work around that. So depending on if we can hire anybody else or anybody else comes on, we're going to probably incorporate a little bit of middle school into our practice.
Man, and that's good. That's your future.
That's right. We'll probably start off, I think I'm going to back up practice a little bit with the varsity. We'll probably end up starting around 4, and from 3:30 to 4, we'll practice with the middle school. Some of us will. And then that will give the varsity guys an opportunity if they need to go to a study hall.
That's right.
Or,
That's right.
or if they're passing, they could come out there and they can get started with doing special teams and, stuff that we can work on. That's a lot of times you don't have a lot of time. Like the stuff that we do on offense, we don't have a lot of time for our quarterbacks just to go out there and throw.
That's right.
And that would give us some leeway right there to help kids that need help in school, to help kids will get extra work in.
And then make the younger kids feel important.
And man, you just you're putting work in on the front end.
That's right.
With the kids and with the middle school kids, instead of catching them when they get up to varsity, and you got to teach them then.
Yeah. That's right.
Just go ahead and just build a good foundation right there, and help out the coaches that we have there now. Coach Tyrone Tadpole, he does a great job.
He does.
But man, it's more than a one-man job.
That's right.
So we're going to help them out with that.
Well, Coach, we're going to take a break and hear a word from our sponsors. We're going to come back and talk some more Panther football with the head coach, Coach Don Tison. We'll be right back.
At Burt CPAs, helping small businesses with their accounting needs is our business. We have offices in Homerville, Waycross, Alma, and Baxley. Burt's professionals are ready to serve you no matter your location. We are your team for accounting, bookkeeping, tax, and financial advice. In Homerville, call firm partner Adam Toll, 912-490-7142.
Camping World of Valdosta, located in Lake Park, is your one-stop destination for all your camping needs. Stop by to see your dreams of quality time with your family become a reality. Whether it's tailgating with your air-conditioned camper, taking a trip to the mountains or beach with your family, or driving your motorhome to a faraway destination, Camping World has it all. Let us put you and your family in a camper for as little as $99 per month. And remember, when you buy a camper from Camping World of Valdosta, you receive a free Elite Good Sam membership, roadside assistance, and travel assist for 1 year.
Well, thank you for tuning in to Creek Box tonight to watch the Clinch County Panthers play. A lot of times we get caught up in wins and losses, but at the end of the day, it's all just a game. The only thing that matters in life is, do you know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? The Bible says that whosoever calls upon the name of the Lord shall be saved.
Good evening. Welcome back to Creek Box TV. We're here on Sports Talk. I'm Alan Hanley, along with the new Clinch County football coach, Coach Don Tison. We were talking about some of the changes, Coach Tison, before we took our break. And I can remember when I played, what we'd do on Mondays, your daddy, and I don't know when they stopped it. He would take the whole team in there to do film work. And, which your daddy and I, it wasn't, he didn't talk out loud in there with him. The only thing we could get him to do, Coach backed that up. When somebody got hit hard, you could say, Coach, rewind that. And he'd rewind. But then we'd come out in shorts and shoulder pads. That was our Monday, and he'd put his game plan, what we wanted to do the following Friday, put that in Monday with shorts and shoulder pads. And man, that's how we did it the whole time. That's how Coach Dickerson did it.
Right.
I mean, I know now y'all do go in shorts and shoulder pads, but I don't know what day it's on. We have different rules now. You can only have so much contact.
That's
man.
right.
But man, that's good that you're going to come back and make the middle school feel important. And like you say, you're going to pay that bill up front, but it's going to pay off for the program at the end. And man, another question I got. All the coaches, we know Coach Dickerson's not going to be there. Is all the coaches going to stay the same, or are we going?
Yep, it'll be the same exact staff as of right now, unless we're able to add somebody, that's just based on, the open teaching spots that we have.
That's right.
Who can fit those.
It's hard to find a science techer and a PE football coach.
Right. Not many football coaches want to teach science.
No, good thing Rance, man. He's been, there's not many. There ain't many Rances out there.
No, there's not. There really isn't.
But man, that's good, because I think that's why we're successful now. And every one of the coaches, other than Dalton, is from Homerville, and man, it was like, when I used to hang out with y'all, we could argue up there amongst us, but we didn't let nobody outside.
Yeah.
And that, like, man, I can talk about my mama, but you can't. And that's how them coaches,
That's right.
And you got to have that. You got to be able to disagree. You can't always agree. And
that's right.
That's what's worked so good for our coaching staff, over the years, I think.
It has.
Is, that when y'all sit in there and you talk, but when you open the door, there's nothing that comes outside with the disagreements and all that, man.
That's
and
right.
the kids, and I think the kids feed off that.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally now. What about the weight room? See, that was Jim's big thing. He was over the weight room. Is that something you're going to do, or you're going to?
Yeah, I'm actually already doing some weight room, and he's let me run some weight room classes in the past, and man, it's going to be just like everything else.
That's right.
We don't take any days off. We work every day.
That's right.
I love being on a block scheduling, because you get an hour and a half. So I mean, you can really get in good workouts, and right now is really when that is the most important.
That's right.
It's right now, because in the summertime, you're more conditioning, you're lifting a little bit, but it's more mental workouts in the summer. Trying to get a little tougher mentally. But right now is when you get stronger and you're putting on body weight. So. I mean, we've since we got back from Christmas, we've been started.
Well, man, they had 5-6 weeks of downtime. It's
That's
time,
right.
and you still got some athletes in basketball that can't lift, and then you got
That's right.
baseball coming up. But this is really the time of the year you make your biggest leap in the bench and
That's right.
and all that, isn't it, Coach?
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it.
Because come summertime, like you say, man, it's hot, and y'all out there repping plays and conditioning more
That's
than
right.
you just lift, not heavy lift, but reps to get them in.
That's right.
Well, man, when does spring practice start now? I mean, you're looking. We are going to have a spring game this year.
We are. Well, last year we signed a deal with Pelham, a 2-year deal.
That's right. We played them here last year.
And they made us sign a contract, because that's a pretty long ride, and they didn't want to ride all the way over here. And then
we
next
had the
year,
virus.
we can't make it.
I don't blame them for that. Pretty smart.
So I talked to Coach Pinkins over there at Pelham, and we worked it out. I told him we wanted to honor that. We want to be. You want to do the right
That's
thing.
right. That's right.
So the spring game will be on May 17th.
May 17th.
Right now, and that'd be over in Pelham. And we hadn't talked about any specifics, or details of how, but it should.
Just
I
like
would
your
imagine
average spring game.
It would be close to a real, game, like a fall game.
Now Pelham had a great team this past year. I think they went undefeated and scored a pile of points.
They were very good.
Have they got a lot of people coming back?
I think they bring most everybody back.
Well, they're going to be a team.
So
to
that's
watch.
going to be, and that's really good, because man, you want to make it worth your while.
You don't get nothing out of a 50-0 win.
Well, and not so much that. It's the preparation for that. Like, you go out there, first day of spring on Monday, and you're trying to tell the kids, we got to get ready. But you're playing the inter-squad game.
Yeah.
That's
different.
what
we had the red and white game.
And back in the day, I remember them, and they were good. Or playing somebody that traditionally isn't good. Kids. In the spring especially, the game don't count. It's not going to count. But you're playing Pelham, you know, they played Irwin in the playoffs and played them down to the end of the game.
Yeah.
So we'll have to get ready for that one.
Well, man, and the rules changed so much. I think, you know, here a couple of years ago, you could not play a spring game and then play an extra scrimmage game.
That's
Is
right.
that still that way, Coach?
It is.
So,
it is.
So we'll play a spring game, and then next year when the season starts,
We'll
you'll have one scrimmage game.
That's right.
Now, have you already got, which I think our schedule rolls over already. You didn't have to do none of that this year.
No, that'll be next year. We'll be.
Man, that's good. I mean, you ain't got to worry about that, it seems like, man.
Very easy transition.
That's
you
right,
know,
man.
schedule. I don't have to schedule any games. We'll just have to line up a scrimmage. Last year we scrimmaged Brantley, I think.
Yeah.
So you know, we usually scrimmage them. It'll probably be Brantley.
Get it in Homerville. Every time we go to Brantley, they call the game at halftime for Lightning. For the last three times, just buy them out. Keep it in Homerville.
Well, I think we probably can work that out.
But man, and that's something that Clinch County has struggled with, and we'll touch on that. We got Lexi waving, so we got to take a break. So we'll be right back after these words of our sponsors.
Homerville Feed and Seed can provide nearly all of your farming-related needs, including seed, corn, bulk fertilizer, herbicides, insecticides, and a large variety of other farm products. Evalie and Nick want to remind you that you do not have to shop out of town to find the lowest prices. Our prices are as low or lower than any of those out-of-town companies. Come by and let the friendly staff at Homerville Feed and Seed help you select the farm products you need at the lowest prices around.
The Shack Cafe is now open in Pearson, Georgia. For the best breakfast and lunch buffets in South Georgia, check out the Shack Cafe. You can dine in, order takeout, or use our fast and efficient drive-thru. We have a wide variety of meals, sandwiches, and burgers. Oh yeah, and after breakfast and lunch at the Shack Cafe, drive on over to the Country Cabin Steakhouse for dinner. Just off the Pearson-Douglas Highway, we are known for the best steaks and seafood in South Georgia. And don't forget, the Country Cabin Steakhouse can host all of your holiday parties, events, and meals.
Farmers and Merchants Bank in Homerville is ready to meet all of your banking needs. With drive-through service, 24-hour ATM, and night depository, we provide the most efficient and service-oriented banking in the area. We are proud to be a part of the Homerville Clinch County community and support all Clinch County athletic teams in their quest to be the best. Go by and see Sam Shaw and all the team at Farmers and Merchants Bank in Homerville to discuss your banking opportunities. Go Panthers!
Come out to Lolita's for the best cold treats and hot sweets around. You'll be glad you did. Located on Highway 84 East in Homerville, Lolita invites everyone to enjoy our outdoor seating, our New Orleans-style snowballs, and fresh mouth-watering beignets. Don't forget our tasty chili dogs. For your convenience, Lolita's is open Monday through Saturday from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Come cool off or heat up at Lolita's, East Highway 84 in Homerville.
You're watching Creekbox TV.
Good evening. Welcome back to Creekbox TV. We're here on Sports Talk. I'm Alan Hanley with the head Clinch County football coach, Coach Don Tison. And man, I hadn't called you Jim Dixon yet. Just, you know, it's the news working
Yeah,
in.
it's different.
Hey, that's right. I mean, you know, we were just talking when we went to a break. Your daddy coached for 20 years, Don. Coach Barber come in behind him. Now, you did get to play a year or two under your daddy, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you never did? See, I thought he might have got you.
I was a seventh grader.
Oh, I didn't know
his
that.
his last season. I was a seventh grader.
And then Coach Barber, of course,
Yep.
come in and he coached for 10 years. And then Coach Dickerson 15 years. And we're looking, and all three of them was Homerville bred. So that means you got to stay on the average. You've got to coach 15 years, you know. And, But, man, a lot of people don't realize this. You know, they think it's easy sitting back. And I've talked with Coach Dickerson before about this, you know, not to take nothing away from the math. And all the teachers do a great job at Clinch County. I mean, without them, we wouldn't have a football program.
Yeah.
But, you know, at school, they get to hand out a slip of paper, like how you're doing in class. Every Friday night, the whole community gets to judge how you're teaching your class.
That's right.
And, man, you know, you think of it like that, you know, man, that's got to be. And then you look, you got your daddy, 20 years,
Yeah.
I don't want to make you nervous. And then
No,
you got Coach Barber. You know, your
Yeah.
daddy won a couple titles, Coach Barber, Jim winning his. You know, I mean, man, the pressure. How do you cope with that? For all that, I mean, I wouldn't. That's when you get paid the big money. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want
Yeah,
it. But
big money.
it's easy for me to sit on Creek Box and say, man, look at what Coach Tyson's going to call now. Man, that was
Yeah.
a great play. Or,
Right.
man, I'd have done something else. I mean, you have to make them decisions right,
that's
on the
right.
get-go.
Yeah.
And, man, that's got to be hard, Coach.
Well, man, it is, and even if we win, if we play bad, I don't even want to go to Piggly Wiggly. You know, I just and you know and.
We were talking
or
about it
anywhere
last
else, you
week
know,
with Jim when we went 4-6 here.
Oh, I
Jim's
just,
only losing season.
I
That's
wanna
when you had to
stay
go
at the
to
house.
Jacksonville to shop to
Yeah,
get groceries.
got to go to Kroger.
That's
Got to go to Waycross.
That's right. Man, that is. And it don't matter where you go, you're going to bump in to a
right.
Panther fan.
Yeah.
If you got a Clinch County hat or something
Yeah.
on, the first thing they say, man, what happened to y'all?
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah. That's just part of it.
that's right,
You know,
man.
it comes
I
with
mean,
it.
And man, that's a good problem to have.
That's right.
I mean, this program has been since your daddy. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he started this program. I think we had maybe one winning season
Yeah,
when your daddy
yeah,
took it
man.
over. You know, and we were talking earlier, man, or I was thinking earlier. You know, every coach has his own. When you see the players, man, I remember this about Coach Tison or Coach Barber and
Mm-hmm.
people around the community. And it's like with your daddy, he was always quiet, but now he was always business.
Yeah.
And as long as you did your job, you know, we're going to do it. That's how we're going to do it. We're not going to complain about it. We're just going to do it.
That's
And
right.
we're going to do it till we get it done.
That's right.
I can remember your daddy making us start over practice twice. He didn't do it a lot, but now he would do it. And by us knowing he would do it, he didn't have to do it. And that's,
Right.
your daddy was, you know, that's what I remember about your daddy. And Coach Barber was a totally opposite from
Yeah.
your dad. That's why they coached so good together,
That's
I
right.
think. You know, Coach Barber was always, he was the one that did the pregame, fire you
yeah.
up, and, you know, they come over here and stole flowers from your mama, and, you know, just all kind of stuff. And that's what, you know, everybody's got a Coach Barber story.
That's right.
And Coach Jim's about the same way, just like Coach Barber, except he hung his on, you know, I can remember the weight room and stuff. When 10 years from now, or 5 years, when you graduate your first cycle through,
Right.
what are they going to remember about Coach Tison? Now, I can tell you what I see. I see a little bit of your daddy. I see a little bit of all three of them in there because I've been around you.
Right.
You know, and that's what I see.
Well, you know, playing under Cecil.
That's right.
You know, and learning from him, and being in the weight room with him, coaching with Jim. You know, some of that's going to rub off on you, and you're gonna learn from each. You know, and kind of things you might want to change about it. But you've got to look at the success that they've had, and you've got to look and see why. You know,
That's
like
right.
what did they do that we want to keep doing? So, you know, 10 years from now, it's hard to say, but I want people to remember me kind of like they remember Daddy.
That's right. That's right. So your daddy never called nobody by their first name. It was Henley, Corbett. I mean, I don't even know if your daddy knew my first name.
He probably
Lutz. He did, but I mean, I've never heard him call it. You know, I was thinking about it the other night when I was getting ready to do your interview here. I said, you know, Coach, I've never heard him say Alan Hanley. Hanley, what are you doing? It was always, you know, it was always that. And I've heard him when we had a couple of Williams 15 or Williams 11. It was a jersey number. I never heard him call them by their real name. You
Right.
know, and
Well, I catch myself doing that, and these kids, they got so many nicknames.
that's right.
It's just, it's easier to remember their last name, and that's how they are alphabetized on
That's
the road.
right,
So
that's
that's the name you see
right,
first.
right,
I think that's kind of where that comes from.
I went to at the rec park and never knew. They'd say, well, you know, little Jimmy. No, what are you talking about? You know, they call him Bullet Head. Oh, I know who you're talking about.
That's right.
You know, I know the nickname, but not the name. So,
But you know, I would like, you know, to continue what I've been doing on offense. You know, the mindset that I've had there, and what kids have learned from that. If they were to tell you now how I was as an offense coordinator, you know, it was, you know, he was very businesslike. You know, he cared about it.
That's right.
And cared about the kids.
Yeah.
You know, but there was a line drone.
That's right.
You know, where
That's right.
it's business.
And when you went across that line,
Yeah.
he'd let you know you went across the line.
That's right.
And he wouldn't condemn you about it. You know, what
Yeah.
now what we going to do to get back on the other side?
That's
I mean,
right.
and that's why everybody, all my generation, you know, think about your daddy. I know me and John was talking about it the other day.
Yeah.
But we're going to take another break, I think, right here. We're looking at a waving. One more, and we're going to take our last break and come back with Coach Tison, head football coach. We'll be right back.
Homerville Jewelers on East Dame Avenue is your headquarters for bridal and baby registry. If you're looking for that special gift for the bride and groom or that perfect gift for the new baby, look no further. We also have a variety of diamonds, gold, sterling silver, watches, and necklaces, and can perform jewelry repair. No need to shop out of town. We can supply all of your gift and jewelry needs. Let Vicki Young and staff serve you at Homerville Jewelers, East Dame Avenue, Homerville. Mike's Golf Carts and Power Sports in Douglas has the cheapest prices in South Georgia and a huge inventory of new and used gas and electric golf carts and off-road vehicles. Mike's also has parts and accessories and proudly serves customers across the states of Georgia, Florida, and Alabama. Whether you stop into our store or shop with us online, we have everything you need for Can-Am, E-Z-Go, Club Car, and Yamaha. 0% financing available for qualified customers. Mike's Golf Carts and Power Sports in Douglas, Georgia.
My name's Thomas Stevens. We're Wild Ass Cattle and Timber. We grind stumps and take down small parcels of timber. No job too big, too small. If we could ever help you, we sure would appreciate the business. My number is 912-282-0609. Thomas Stevens, 912-282-0609. Thank y'all.
Good evening. Welcome back to Sports Talk. We're here on Creekbox TV. I'm with my buddy and the head football coach, Coach Don Tison. And man, we've talked, you know, congratulations on being named the head football coach. That's something that you have dreamed. I read what you wrote on Facebook the other day, man, and that was touching. I mean, you know, I can remember you going out there with your daddy also, you know, and man, that's got to be a special meaning for you, man, and it's special for the community. But man, what about the state championship game? How, man, that was, you know, to go
Probably
back.
my favorite one.
Man, and them long throws. I mean, it's like when we did that, Coach, the air just, it went completely out, you know. I mean, what's that? Now, you know, are they still mad in Irwin?
Man, yeah, I bet.
Oh, I know that my Skylar works. He's like the vice president of Booster Club there, and we've had him on our Sports Talk. He works for Skylar over there, and he just said, not this year. We had him about week 7 of the regular season after they'd beat us, of course. Not this year, it's ours. We don't win it this year, we ain't going to win it. Well, he won't come back. I got to wait until next year, you know. And, I mean, it's the same thing. Y'all do such a great job of coaching them up, man.
Well, and it's really, it's our players. I mean, they just rise up to the challenge. And man, what was so fun about that game is that we really were the underdogs.
Oh,
and we've been underdogs before, but like, I mean,
the announcers had the game over before it ever started now.
And stuff that we worked on, you know, I'm just talking, you know, offensively, stuff that we had worked on that we knew would work. It was just a matter of doing it. And, you know, we'd run the same stuff earlier, and, you know, it just couldn't ever really get it to click.
Well, man,
you know?
I was sitting there in the first half. Me and Daddy was kind of sick, so I didn't go this year. Me and him sat there and watched it. And, man, in the first half, I said, man, Jeremiah's open. But, man, you didn't pull the trigger because after halftime, they can't adjust.
That's
it was
right.
the fourth quarter. You know what? And one time they adjusted, he just caught the ball over 3 of them.
That's right. Well, you know, the first time we played them, you know, the big advantage they have over us or had over us last year was they have more kids.
Oh, yeah.
And, it was
Yeah,
a
no
depth
doubt.
thing. So, you know, we really wore out the first time we played.
That's right.
them.
So hot, man.
So that first game, I mean, it's kind of, you know, compared to a boxing match, you're just jabbing.
That's right.
You know, you're just trying to get into the later rounds before you start really trying to win it, you know, and we just tried to shorten the game up there at the beginning, and you know, a lot of that's just timing. You know, there's the right time to call those type of plays, and sometimes you just need to keep it simple. And
Brother, that was blackjack because y'all did it. I mean, that game, it was, you couldn't ask for it. Special teams, and looking at all that, Coach Tison, we got people that's going to come back next year. We'll be pretty good next year.
I think so. I think we will. Yeah.
You got the big receiver, Jeremiah. You got Moorhead. You got Robbins. That man, I've seen something there. People recruiting Robbins. Man, he's changed. You know, used to, I can remember we went for 2 every play because we didn't have a kicker.
I hated
them days. You know, and the thinking was, well, if we can get 2 out of 5, we really, you know, aren't losing but 1
That's
point.
right, yeah.
You know, doing the
Man,
math.
it's so nice now. Just let him go out there and kick.
You know, if you get to the 30, you got a chance to get points.
Oh
now.
yeah, no
so,
doubt.
you know, man, and I know that's a blessing. But man, with all the players coming back and the coaching, really nothing's changed on the coaching staff, man. And I mean, you ran the offense. Jim didn't really coach on offense, just that, you know, that he'd do the pregame, you know, and got the defense, but all the game plan, none of that's going to change. It's all going to be just like it was, man.
That's right.
So, man, we appreciate you taking the time out, brother, and come see us. And we're going to have you back up, come around spring football to get ready. Now, next year we'll have you up here about every Friday. Or, not every Friday, every Wednesday, so we can talk about that game. But, brother, congratulations. We appreciate you taking the time, Don.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, we'll see y'all later. Thank you.
You're watching Creekbox TV.